May the 1st, 2019. Guys, quick video. You're looking at the National Weather Service, and we are at the South Plains radar site. We got a kind of a repeating pattern because of a stalled high-pressure front over the southeast where I'm at. We've had beautiful weather. It's been dry, but it's kind of a stalled front, so all of the pressure that's coming from the west and north is catching right there on the edge of this high pressure, and it's causing this repeated pattern of thunderstorms. And again, regretfully, we're getting tornadoes popping up. Now, the reason I'm doing this and been doing it the last few days is because one life saved is worth it. I know we're focusing on this part of the country, but this is where the problem is. So share this video on Twitter, do it on your YouTube channel. I don't care what it is. You share it. And if you have relatives in the Texas and Oklahoma area that you're seeing here, north of Dallas, up around Wichita Falls, and moving south of Oklahoma City, call them. Make sure that they're aware, because it doesn't matter how many of these I do. In the comments section, eventually someone will say, I'm glad you did this because I was not watching the weather, and they prepared. So that means a lot. Remember what the watchman's creed is? If you don't warn them, people, then their blood is on your hand if you've been placed as a watchman, and that's what we do. Let's look at some of the warnings. Now, what's happening, you can see here you've got severe thunderstorm watches in here, severe thunderstorm warnings already. These are the orange marks. And you've got tornado warnings spotted here and here, and they're multiple like they were last night. Again, get the word out to your friends and family. Don't just take the time, turn off the TV for a minute, pick up the phone call of anyone that's in this area. And what you're seeing with the flash flood warnings and watches is, again, we're watching a repeated pattern, because here over the southeast is this stall front in this entire area. And so all the pressure here is being trapped and squeezed out. I know it's springtime and that's what we see, but guys, they've been more intense. There've been more tornadoes, and you've heard me for 3 years say we're going into climate change and not global warming. But again, let's look at the overall radar of the nation. But if you look at this again, marked in the red in these areas of Texas and Oklahoma, which is notorious for this type of weather, they're popping up. Now, don't forget, as we look at the national radar, there is a leading edge moving up out of Tennessee, guys, and moving northeast, and you're seeing some thunderstorms pop up there, so keep your eyes open. We have had severe weather here in the south now for the last several weeks. A lot of huge trees down, power outages, and things like that. But if you're, again, focusing on this Texas, Dallas-Fort Worth area into Oklahoma City, you can click here, and that you can see here between Wichita Falls and Fort Worth, Dallas, moving across, again, I think that's Highway 44, but that moves northeast just south of Oklahoma City in that area. There's more storms, but we already see 3 tornado warnings here, here, and here. I've traveled this way many times coming out to Arizona, guys. Beautiful country, a lot of windmills and things like that. But right now, you are under the gun. Take cover. You know what the National Weather Service says. If you're in a mobile home, please get out if you can. Get to the center of your home. Get into the tub of a bathtub. Pull mattresses over it, whatever you have to do. But that's the center part of your home. But mobile homes are not safe. Travel is not that safe unless you have an advance warning to get out of an area. You understand what I'm saying? But be prepared. Be prepared for that. This is now at 5:22 p.m. Central as we're looking at this radar. So it's going to be nightfall in a couple hours, and these storms will be hidden. And the pattern that I've seen the last few days is it goes on past midnight because we no longer have the sun heating the top of the clouds. The storms calm down, and then as it progresses through the next day, and again the top of the cloud layers heat up, we see this regeneration. all the storms are strange this year. There's been things happening out in the Atlantic that look like we may have an earlier than normal hurricane season. Just a quick look at that. And guys, on our website at BP Earth Watch, if you scroll down on the left, you're going to see every link that I used in my weather videos, space videos, everything, all the way down the left side. Many of you are quite aware of what we're talking about, all the way from live meteors to the National Weather Service here. And if you look, you move a little further up, you've got a couple hurricane links there. We're going to go and look at the Atlantic Ocean. I just want to show you one of the fronts I've been watching a few days. Someone mentioned it in the comments last night and asked me, was I aware of it? And yes, I have been watching it. And until I know a little more about it, sometimes you can cry wolf too early in the hurricane season and people will stop paying attention. So you want to kind of make sure, but again, we're going to look at it. And guys, let me say this. It's been a very good response on our t-shirts. And I want to encourage you to come here and support our channel. Well, we've got them. You buy one, you get one free. And it's like $19.99 for two very well-made Gildan 500 t-shirts with the metallic silver ink. Again, the hat has metallic threading. But right now, and you've got black, you've got pink, and you've got this sapphire blue. Come in, take advantage of them. It takes 2 or 3 years to wear these things out. Believe me, I've worn a few out, but it takes a while. A lot of washing and drying, wear and tear, and abuse. They're tough shirts. We made sure that it was quality. But guys, you help support our channel. We appreciate it. It gives us the time to take a break from the rest of the world and sit down, put some information together, and try to get it out to you. But we appreciate it. But let's look quickly at the hurricane link here. First, 5-day graphical tropical weather outlook from the National Hurricane Center today. This system is going to move over south central Florida, around the Everglades, and move back out into the Atlantic. We don't know what will happen after that 5 days. Will it pull back into the Atlantic, or will it move up the East Coast? Guys, it's that time of year, even though June 1st is the actual official beginning of hurricane season in the Atlantic. It looks like we're already starting to see these effects. Again, this is the 5-day outlook. It will be upgraded each year. Now, just at the size of the storm now, it looks like a lot of wet weather and some higher winds. We'll keep an eye on that. And let me say this. Remember the front that we're watching coming through Texas and Oklahoma and all the flooding in this area. If the high pressure system that's over us moves slightly to the east, then they could interact into the northeast. So just keep an eye on that with kind of storms pinching from both sides. Not saying we'll get a nor'easter, but guys, we're getting very warm weather in the south. As I'm looking now, again, I'm into the video at 5:27 p.m. Central Time tonight. It is 88 degrees outside. This is May 1st with the heat index of 91 degrees. So things are definitely warming up. But guys, again, thank you for all your support. We will watch for updates, and I just want to give you the latest radar on the system. It is a large one. Now, you're looking at a close-up of NOAA's Caribbean satellite. You can see the center of this storm. It has a slight rotation to it. Nothing very strong yet. Again, I think it's an early indicator. We're getting all the proper patterns of this east to west movement. In Florida, Central Florida and South Florida, you're already getting cloudy weather over. It's an indicator. And there's just a couple different areas actually of rotation. But this is the center, and it's not predicted to be anything strong. Don't freak out. You may get a few thunderstorms, possible tornadoes, things like that to pop up as it collides again with the system that is moving over the southern United States. They're going to come together here. So there may be a lot of storms that move up through the panhandle or further up into Georgia. We'll keep an eye on this storm very closely, guys. You know that that's what I do, one of the things that I watch very closely. And let me pull this video out. And I mentioned the flooding in the northeast, guys, that over areas that had already flooded. And you can see here that you're already getting the cloud cover and the flow that we're watching that's creating the tornadoes now. This is going to collide at some point. Look at the feed that's coming in over North Florida and the Georgia and the Carolinas. Definitely an inflow of moisture already setting up. So what I said this a couple of weeks ago, that this is going to be the year of the floods. Look across the U.S. at the crop damage. But guys, this is going to be watched very closely. Any update that I get will be up immediately. Any analysis that we have, and I'll do my best to keep it accurate. Again, thank you for the support. It's a heads up. Be safe.